Hello guys! Welcome back to Melanie On Demand. This is the second part of our timeline kung saan pag-uusapan natin ang mga experiences namin as international student and open work permit holder to permanent residents of Canada. If you are a recent graduate or an international student in Canada, this video is for you. Kasi I will be sharing the steps na pinagdaanan ko kung paano ko nakuha ang notification of interest from the province just 2 weeks after school and invitation to apply from express entry 4 months after school, and finally permanent resident status just 1 year after my program. So there's a lot of good and valuable information sa video na to. So stay tuned! Para makarelate kayo sa mga kwento ko sa video na to, I highly suggest that you watch my first video where I talked about the thought process why we chose student to PR pathway here in Canada. I also included our timeline of application para sa study permit and open work permit para sa mga nagsisimula pa lang sa pathway na to. The link is in the description box below. Okay guys, quick review muna tayo. Sa first video ko, I briefly discussed the flow of study permit and open work permit application. Start with securing a letter of acceptance or LOA from a designated learning institution in Canada, then apply for SP for student and OWP for dependent spouse or common law partner ng student. Once approved, you will receive approval letters from CIC or yung letter of introduction kung tawagin nila na magsisilbing golden ticket mo sa Canadian border. After a brief Q&A with the immigration officer, SP and OWP documents will be issued. Our applications were not as smooth as we wanted it to be. We got refused by CIC once. So, it took us 10 months of processing all in all. In reality, you can do better than that. You can do the processing in less time. Then, welcome to Canada! Our journey begins. Ang part 2 ng timeline namin ay summarized below. This part is particularly applicable sa mga international students na nagsimula ng mag-aral sa Canada or graduate na from their program. Para sa mga nasa labas pa ng Canada sa ngayon, pay attention to this as well, para malaman nyo kung ano pa ang pagdadaanan nyo pagdating nyo dito. First, I completed my 2-year program, then I applied for Postgraduate Work Permit or PGWP. This permit is for international students who are done with their program and who met the criteria set by the CIC. After 2 years kasi, nag-expire na yung study permit ko. So, I have to get another permit so that I can legally work in Canada. Since my husband's OWP is linked to my study permit, I have to apply for an extension of his OWP as well, so he can continue working here. I posted the link in the description below for more information about the eligibility. Both of our permits were approved at this stage. Pareha na kaming TFW or Temporary Foreign Worker. Also, both of our permits are open work permit. PGWP is a type of OWP, so we can work for any employer. During this time, I also recreated my EE profile in preparation for PR application. I will tell you more about this later. Then, the exciting part. Permanent residence pathways. Here are the different express entry programs based on CIC website. EE manages 3 economic immigration programs, namely Federal Skilled Worker Program, Federal Skilled Trades Program, and Canadian Experience Class. Federal Skilled Worker Program is for applicants with foreign work experience na gustong mag-immigrate sa Canada. Karamihan ng applicants dito nagko-qualify kasi it's not specific sa kind of work that you did. Unlike sa Federal Skilled Trades Program, work experience should be under these NOC. Canadian Experience Class Program naman ay for skilled workers with Canadian work experience of minimum 1 year. If we look closely, may kanya-kanyang requirements ang bawat program sa Express Entry based on language skills, type, level, and duration of work experience, job offer, and education. Aside from the 3 economic immigration programs, provinces can invite applicants from Express Entry Pool through PNP or Provincial Nominee Program. Bawat provinces sa Canada have unique labor market needs to satisfy. So, may kanya-kanyang in-demand jobs for each province. Eligibility requirements are also different, so make sure you search your province of interest para malaman nyo if you will qualify. Dito sa video na to, I will only cover that pathway that we took. Yung FSW-PNP pathway. Let me explain briefly kung paano naging FSW-PNP. I was qualified for FSW program, but my CRS score was still lower than the cutoff, not yet enough to be invited to apply for PR. So, ang plan ko was to work for 1 year, get Canadian work experience to boost my CRS score, and qualify for CEC program. But God has a different plan for us. A better plan. For us, we are based in Alberta, and our saving grace was Alberta's PNP program, also known as AINP or Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program. Habang nakatambay ako sa EE pool, waiting to get 1 year Canadian experience, we were invited by AINP to apply as nominees. So, we submitted our application, then after 2 months, it was approved. AINP gave us plus 600 CRS points. So, the next round of EE invitation, nakakuha na kami ng invitation to apply or ITA. We submitted our e-APR or electronic application for permanent residence using my CIC account. Then, after 8 long months of waiting, our PR application was approved. Let's talk about our timeline. August 25, 2017 kami dumating sa Canada and it took us a few days bago naka-catch up sa jet lag. Remember, almost opposite time zones ang Canada at Philippines. September 5 ang first day of school, so konting time na lang meron kami to prepare. There are a number of things you should do on your first week here in Canada. I've listed them here and here. This will be a topic for next time. I will upload a detailed video kung paano namin ginawa ang bawat item dyan sa list. So don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell para updated kayo. September 5, 2017 or Fall 2017 semester ang start ng class ko sa Canada. I took Chemical Laboratory Technology, CLT, sa Southern Alberta Institute of Technology or SAIT, located in Calgary, Alberta. I can still remember the first day of school. I was very excited to be back. In my experience, medyo madali ang first semester. Siguro dahil may chemistry background ako. Hindi ako masyadong nahirapan sa mga subjects. Tip? That's a clear advantage of taking a program na familiar ka. Medyo mahirap ang first few weeks namin sa Canada kasi nga adjustment period. Nakatulong yung madadaling subjects kasi I was able to focus in finding part-time work while studying. Sa table na to, I separated my journey as a student and yung preparation for PR. I want to highlight na, while you're a student, you have time para mag-asikaso ng mga documents for PR application. You shouldn't put your PR application aside, then near graduation, babalikan mo. Based on my observation, this is very common with international students. Pagdating dito sa Canada, they are so focused with their studies and their part-time jobs. Most of the time, nakakalimutan na nila ang PR application. This is especially useful para sa mga documents na matagal bago makuha, kagaya ng ECA or Educational Credential Assessment. I started applying for ECA nung winter break, December 2017. Then I got the result end of April 2018. So, almost 4 months. Parang isang semester din ang itinagal ng processing ng IQAS. Kahit natagalan yung process, okay lang kasi marami pa akong time to prepare. Second semester, winter 2018, was from January to April 2018. Napansin kong bumigat na ang workload sa school. January to February yung peak ng winter season, kaya very challenging pumasok sa school at work, especially we were using public transport. Then came the summer school break from May to August 2018. Since I have a valid study permit, I can work full-time. I was very thankful to my state instructors. They helped me find a full-time job as summer chemist by connecting me to employers who were looking for interns. And guys, this is the best part of working full-time during summer. I was able to save up for my third semester tuition fee because of that. Maraming temptations para maggala kasi sobrang ganda ng Alberta. Especially pag spring and summer kasi accessible yung mga provincial parks nearby. Pero, keeping our PR goal in mind, pinili lang namin yung activities that will not require us to spend money. Yung kasya lang sa budget. I couldn't stress enough. Sa pathway na to, discipline is king. You will be successful as long as you have a solid plan and you are disciplined enough to execute it. During summer of 2018, tuloy pa rin ang pagpaprocess ko ng PR application. I took the language test, CELPIP General. Nakapag IELTS na rin ako before I started school, pero academic module yon. Hindi accepted for PR application. General module ang required ng express entry. For this test, naisip kong subukan ng CELPIP instead of taking IELTS again. What attracted me to CELPIP is that yung writing test nila, computerized na. Unlike IELTS noong 2018, pen and paper pa din. Pero I think as of now, year 2020, IELTS already have a computerized test para sa reading, writing, and listening. So, parehas na sila ng CELPIP. Sa CELPIP naman, personally, I find the speaking section harder than IELTS. Mas gusto ko ang IELTS sa speaking part kasi I prefer talking to an actual person. Since computerized ang CELPIP, may mga instructions lang siya sa screen and then you'll record your answer. Tapos, yung setup. Tabi-tabi kaming mga examinees, so pag malakas ang boses ng katabi mo, medyo nakaka-distract. For those who are watching, anong mas prefer nyo? IELTS or CELPIP? Bakit? We would like to hear your experience. Comment it down below. If you want me to share my thoughts about IELTS versus CELPIP, kung paano ako nag-prepare by myself ng walang review center, and how my English test affected my CRS score, let me know as well para may add ko sa list of future videos sa channel ko. Since I already had my ECA and language test, Gumawa na ako ng express entry profile ko. Mababa pa rin ang score ko that time, pero ang mahalaga, nasa EE pool lang ako. Waiting for invitation just in case. Pero hindi ako nakakuha ng invitation that time. Okay lang naman, backup plan ko lang to. Ang plan A pa din is to continue studying. Third semester, fall 2018, was from September 2018 to December 2018. For me, ito ang pinaka-challenging na semester in terms of schoolwork and personal life. My father, or as I fondly call him, Tatay, passed away one day before the school started. I had to fly back sa Pinas para makasama siya for the last time. 2 weeks late na ako pumasok, so ang daming pending sa school task. My teachers and classmates at SAIT were very considerate. They helped me to catch up. Yung stress sa school plus the emotional torture of losing my father, it was really a tough semester. Pero sa awa ng Diyos, nakaraos naman. During third semester din ako nag-apply for student awards. I want to quickly show you the SAIT Student Awards website where all info about awards application can be found. Scrolling down here in the FAQ section, it is clearly stated that international students are eligible for student awards. Not all awards though. Make sure na you check the requirements before you apply. Iba-iba ang criteria sa bawat school, so make sure you take advantage of this. Sayang din yung cash pang tuition fee. In total, around 5,000 Canadian dollars din ang natanggap ko just from taking advantage of all scholarships and grants na available for me. Finally, fourth semester and last semester, winter 2019, was from January 2019 to April 2019. During the last month of my program, April 2019, nagsimula na akong mag-job hunting. Thank God I was able to land a full-time job bago pa man matapos ang final exam week namin. Based on the interview by my employer, they said that I had enough experience to qualify for the job. So guys, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. If you have previous experience and you studied in the same line dito sa Canada, it may be advantageous for you para makahanap ng trabaho. But ang challenge sa akin, I had to move to another city in Alberta. From Calgary to Edmonton para magtrabaho. It was a good offer though, so I took it. I signed the contract and we agreed that I will start working on the 21st of May 2019. April 26, 2019 ang last day of school, and 2 weeks after that, I received the completion letter from SAIT. This letter stated that I completed my program. I needed that letter to apply for PGWP. And since tapos na ako sa program ko, I recreated my EE profile to reflect my Canadian education and my full-time job offer. Take note that EE profile expires after 1 year of submission. Ang CRS points ko noon ay 380 pa lang. Ang cut-off ng nakakatanggap ng invitation to apply for PR ay around 450 to 460 points, so malayo pa ako sa cut-off. To bump my CRS score, I need to gain at least 1 year of Canadian work experience and improve my English test score for Canadian experience class. That's the plan. Nag-recreate ako ng EE profile on May 13, 2019. Then, 2 days later, on May 15th, nakatanggap ako ng notification of interest from Alberta Immigrant Nominee Program or AINP Express Entry Program. Ini-invite nila kami to apply as provincial nominees. This NOI was unexpected. Di pa kasi ako nagsisimula ng work, although may job offer na ako. I just updated my EE profile with my current status, then AINP already considered my application. Sa totoo lang guys, I haven't really looked into this pathway kasi recent update lang to ng AINP during that time. I wasn't very familiar with it. Ang focus ko lang that time ay update ang EE profile ko para kung sakaling may mag-invite, makasama ako. And thank God, I was invited to apply sa AINP. When I searched the AINP website, meron silang selection criteria kung ano-ano ang hinahanap nila sa candidates to qualify for AINP. The link is in the description below. Based on that criteria, I was qualified na pala. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo guys, if you are proactive with your application, and you have all the requirements before your program ended, it is highly possible that things will work on your favor. We were given 30 days to complete the AINP application. June 13 nung ipinasa namin yung application namin sa AINP. Although na-receive namin yung notification of interest through our express entry profile, ang submission ng AINP application ay paper-based. Nakalagay yun sa checklist nila. So, after about 7 weeks of waiting, our AINP application was approved. Nadagdagan ang CRS score namin ng 600 points. From 380 points, it became 980 points. So, if you are an international student in Alberta, please take advantage of this. I will be doing another detailed video about our AINP application soon. About PGWP and OWP naman muna tayo. May 21, 2019 ako nagsimula sa full-time work ko. Based on CIC requirements, para ma-extend yung OWP ng spouse ko, I need to be working in NOC 0, A, or B job, and I needed to submit payslips. So, we submitted my husband's OWP application nung makompleto na namin yung requirements. Side note, para sa mga hindi nakakaalam kung ano yung NOC, please follow the link below for more information. Yung PGWP ko na in-apply nung May 13, 2019, na-approve siya ng July 29, 2019. Yung OWP extension na in-apply ng July 10, 2019, na-approve siya ng November 12, 2019. Medyo matagal ang results ng application namin noon, pero we do not need to worry kasi once naipasa na ang application, naka-implied status na kami. Meaning, we can continue working until lumabas ang result. If the applications were rejected, we had to stop working. Thankfully, approved naman. Dahil nasa Canada na kami, yung mga original copies ng bagong permits were sent by post. And take note pala, once you receive the hard copy of your new permits, you have to update your SIN with Service Canada. It will still be the same number, but the expiry date will now be based on your new permits. And before I forget, June 12, 2019 ang graduation day ng batch namin. Kasabay pa ng Philippine Independence Day. Well, Independence Day din namin yun kasi tapos na yung gastos namin sa tuition fees. It was a memorable experience and an important milestone for me and my husband. After all the struggles, nagtagumpay din kami. Going back to AINP, August 1, 2019, nakatanggap kami ng extra 600 points. 2 weeks later, August 12, 2019, nakatanggap na kami ng invitation to apply for permanent residency in our express entry profile. So guys, this is just about 4 months since natapos ko ang program ko. April 2019 to August 2019. You can argue na swerte kami. Posible na in-demand ang job ko dito sa Alberta kaya nakakuha kami kaagad ng notification of interest. Pero I would say it is really coming from hard work and the not-so-secret strategy, early preparation. Sa EE round of invitations na to, August 12, 2019, 466 points ang minimum cut-off. Pero dahil lang score namin ay 980 points na, thanks to AINP for the extra 600 points, nakasama na kami sa 3,600 candidates na na-issuehan ng ITA. Dito pa lang guys, sobrang saya na namin. Yung pangarap na PR status, mukhang may katotohanan na. Then comes the e-APR or the Electronic Application for Permanent Residence. More than the study permit application, mas complicated and matrabaho ang e-APR. Kailangan ng medical exam, then reference letters from your previous employers, police clearance certificates from countries where you stayed for more than 6 months in the last 10 years, proof of funds depende sa pathway, and yung 10-year personal history mo, no gaps dapat. And marami pang iba. Within 2 months, kailangan maipasa na ang full application. Lucky for us, we were almost ready na. Medyo nahirapan lang kami sa police clearance certificates kasi I had to get them from Philippines, Singapore, and Dubai. And dahil dependent sa application ko ang husband ko, he needs to submit police clearance certificates as well. Very challenging ang process na to kasi andito kami sa Canada, so all of our PCC applications were done online or with the help of our representative. Isa to sa most requested topic sa akin, so soon I will share with you how we got our PCC from Singapore and Dubai and our NBI certificate from Pinas even though nandito kami sa Canada. Yung reference or employment letters naman, may specific format yan for e-APR application. Actually, kahit sa AINP, meron ding sariling format. So, nung nag-ayos ako ng employment letters para sa AINP pa lang, I made sure na yung details ng letter ay complete para sa AINP and sa EE application para hindi na ako humingi ulit. If your situation is like mine, sometimes it's not easy to request for this letter, especially if busy yung previous employers nyo or they really just didn't care about what you need. I had to be creative on how I made sure I complied with CIC requirements for reference letters. If you want to know how I did it, please subscribe to my channel kasi isa ito sa mga videos na naka-line up. I will be sharing how to check if the letter from your employer is good enough and what other documents you can submit if in case you can't get your employer to participate. On October 11, 2019, we submitted our online application and the first update we got was on October 31, 2019. Medical examination passed. And then wala nang update. Tahimik na siya. According to our MyCIC account, 6 months processing time ang PR application. Pero na-delay dahil sa pandemic. So, it took them about 8 months to get back to us. On May 28, 2020, we received the most awaited email of all, the Confirmation of Permanent Residence email. We are officially Canadian PRs. Sa wakas! To sum up our timeline, 1 year and 8 months as a student, then about 1 year for PR application, including the waiting time. It can be longer than that had I not been ready with my documents. If you are taking a 2-year program right now, you will get 3 years of PGWP. So that should be enough time to process your PR. Pero, why wait if you can finish processing early, diba? So there you go. That's our PR journey here in Canada. If there's one takeaway from this video, eto yun. Be a proactive applicant. The sooner you get your application ready, the better for you. Tandaan nyo guys, eyes on the prize, eyes on the permanent residency status. Ang rate-determining step ng application nyo shouldn't be your document. It should be the CIC response. Do not reply at cic.gc.ca. Thank you very much for watching guys. Kung nagustuhan nyo ang video na to, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more informative videos like this. This is Melanie On Demand. See you on my next video. Bye!